Hi everybody, this is Tony again with Business Spotlight 360. I'm here with the owner, Scott Kent, with Toucan Signs, Toucan Group. Hey Scott, how you doing today?
I'm great, how are you?
Pretty good. Scott, tell me a little bit about Toucan Signs, Toucan's Group.
Well,
how did you get started?
Well, I got started printing just to fill a need. I've been in business my whole life, self-employed, and I've always outsourced my printing things, and I've not always been happy with the results, so I decided to get in to basically improve what I could get, and then started offering it to clients as well. And as we speak right now, Toucan Signs is morphing into the Toucan Group. I realized dealing with clients that there was kind of a disconnect in the marketing plan that most people had. They would maybe come to me for printing, they had another person doing their website, maybe another person doing their social media marketing. And each person kind of wants their slice of the pie, so to speak. And oftentimes I found that it was disruptive to the campaign of marketing for the client. There would be diversity in concepts, thoughts, there wasn't a cohesive plan. So I realized that in order to do the best job I could for my clients, I had to put together a group that would offer all aspects of marketing with a plan that went out through all channels. So in effect, the only way that you can derive a consistent and predictable return is to know exactly what you're doing and go forth with repetition. And in effect, you can't have a brand without having the brand everywhere being the same thing.
Okay.
So the Toucan Signs is now morphing into the Toucan Group, and I've brought in the best minds in the industry for SEO services, web creation, Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter marketing under one umbrella. So rather than different factions trying to get their slice of the pie, it's all in one place, all with the same concept, all with the same idea. And since we've started doing that, the customers that have employed us have seen substantial gains in the return of their marketing dollars. And that's ultimately what we're trying to provide.
So if you have a new business that's starting out, and one of their concerns are going to be budget in the beginning, what would they start with? What would you recommend them starting with?
Well, the first thing that any business, whether new or existing, needs to have in place is what's called a marketing avatar. And in fact, I'm writing a book right now, I'm almost done with it, that's going to be on this subject. And the marketing avatar is basically a composite of your absolute best, world-class customer. How they think, how they eat, how they buy, how they sell, how they refer. Most businesses have that 80-20 rule. 20% of our clients give us 80% of our business. Yet most businesses spend 80% of their time dealing with the 20% that don't do anything for them. So by creating this marketing avatar, we can then target that marketing plan towards that 20% type of personality or type of buyer that will bring them much, much more rewards. And our goal is to take that 80-20 rule and make it the 50-50 rule, or maybe inverse it. And so 80% of your clients are bringing in 80% of your business, and business has gotten good. So that marketing avatar has to be thought out. But once you hit it, once you have the focus, your advertising will absolutely rock. Because without it, you're throwing out little pellets all over the place, none of which are striking a nerve. And with the abundance of marketing dollars, ads popping up everywhere on your phone, on your computer, on your tablet, you can't get away from it. People have gotten immune to advertising things unless you zero in and focus on it. So that's what we do. But you create that marketing avatar, and then no matter how you use it, what the vehicle is to market it, you're hitting the kind of people that you want in your business and missing the people that you don't live in.
Now, I know you say you're writing a book, but I want you to tell me like you're telling a 4-year-old.
Okay.
So that's kind of how my mind works sometimes. What do you need? What is a marketing avatar? How do you start? How do you approach a company, or a company approach you, and you create this marketing avatar? What does that entail?
Well, let's assume you're new in business and you don't have a market yet and you don't have sales yet. When you start your business, any business plan should have an idea of how big the market is that you're trying to go into, what the existing customer base is, and you can get that information even talking to people who will be your competitors. You can find out who their best customers are, do some research, and all this is available to you. Who you would want to deal with. And in effect, you have to create diversity. when we create avatars for people, we name them. And, if they've got the 2.3 kids and a certain kind of dog, that's part of their avatar. It's what makes them tick at their core. It's not just I want people with money. There's people that, a great example would be Apple Computer of a big company. Now, I can guarantee if you drove through any city in town, you're not going to find HP stickers on the back of cars. You won't find Dell stickers on the back of cars, but you will always see Apple stickers on the back of cars. They have an avatar, and they hit that. The interesting thing with Apple is that they hint that the iPhone 6 is coming out, and you can't get near the front of the store for the line. Anybody else puts out a phone, you can walk right in and buy it.
Right.
It's an interesting phenomenon.
Wow.
And Apple has, at their root, marketed to a core of people. Not to everybody, to a core. And they've made them fans. They've made them rabid fans. Same thing with Harley-Davidson. You have a group of people who are rabid Harley-Davidson fans. They have Harley-Davidson trucks. Every piece of clothing you have has Harley-Davidson on it. They are, in fact, advertising for free for Harley-Davidson. They've tapped into what makes those people tick at their core. It's an emotional connection.
Okay.
And any company can create that, but you have to be very focused on who you want to attract to do it.
Okay.
And that's what the avatar is all about.
And essentially, it sounds like it's a profile of your customer base.
It is. It's a profile of who you want to sell to.
Okay.
Right. Because
Great.
now, again, there's so much marketing out there, and the world is huge. And the interesting thing about it is, for most businesses, you can sell what you have online. So where we were one time relegated to a population ring or a density around our brick and mortar business, the world is our oyster now. And the great thing about it is it's huge, and we only need a small percentage of it. So
Right.
we don't have to have everybody.
Right.
We can bring in a very small percentage of a very large population and connect with them at a core level. And when people do that, they become very successful.
What is Total Health FX?
Well, we are holistic practitioners, and we offer natural health services